and it is for the Ultra Championship.
Making his way to the ring for this main event matchup. There you see him, Mil Muertes, the man of 1,000 deaths. We've seen some big physical competitors in the history of PCW Ultra, the likes of the Effin' Machine, Brian Cage, Hammerstone, Jeff Cobb come to mind. But this guy is an absolute monster who poses an enormous threat to Ultra champion Shane Strickland.
Mil Muertes, a legend in Lucha Libre, a legend in Southern California. And anybody who was able to watch the El Rey Network and that awesome series, Lucha Underground. And
wait, who is this hooded figure?
I don't know.
Maybe an apostle of Muertes?
It doesn't say accompanied by on our format, and I'm not sure. Certainly Mil is aware of that character on the outside. It seems as if they came together.
Mil Muertes, Lucha Underground champion. He's a 20-year veteran. Could cause a variety of damage.
I'm honestly still wondering who that guy is.
It's something that the champion's going to have to contend with as well, but Swerve doesn't sweat a whole lot.
You know why he doesn't sweat that much, right?
Why is that?
Because ain't nobody do it better.
Should have seen that coming.
I can't help but dance to the champ's music.
It is rather infectious, and there you see the Ultra champion, the international king of Swerve, Shane Strickland. Whole lot of buzz around the champion. And what an incredible run he has had here in PCW Ultra when you think about the fact he is a former ultralight champion, but he never lost that title.
Know something burning? I do. I mean, I'm not joking. Shoot.
Shane Strickland never lost that title. Decided to go up in division to take on the Ultra champion Penta El Cerro Miedo at Believe. Took the title home. And speaking of big physical competitors, the likes of Mil Muertes, at Anniversary 2K19, Shane Strickland coming off of a victory over the Effin' Machine, Brian Cage.
That burning I was talking about was the souls of all these ladies in the building as they watch the King of Swerve in all of his sexy man awesomeness. That is the PCW Ultra Champion. And what a run it's been for him thus far. Hasn't been without gold in over a year here in PCW Ultra. First it was the light heavyweight title, now he's got the Ultra Championship around his waist, and Shane Strickland ain't going anywhere.
Strickland won the title from a legendary masked luchador in Penta El Cerro Miedo. And now he's got to face one in Mil Muertes. Ultra Championship on the line in our main event. Big fight feel here at Wrestle Summit.
Look at the size of Mil Muertes, staring a hole through the back of the champion. And look at the confidence exuding from this brilliant professional wrestler, Shane Strickland. And everyone should feel honored to be in the same building with this man today. It's like a Floyd Mayweather type of feel when he comes into the building.
It is. I mentioned big fight feel, but a unique matchup and a very, very tough challenge here for Swerve. Because look at this, Swerve soaking up the adulation of the crowd, but staring daggers through him is Mil Muertes. He hasn't taken, the challenger has not taken his focus off of the challenger. Let's head into the ring to set the stage for our main event. Take it away, Dan Masters.
Wrestling fans, this contest, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is your PCW Ultra Wrestle Summit main event of the evening. From the PCW Ultratorium, your official in charge of the action when the bell rings is Senior Official Rick Knox. Introducing first, our challenger. He comes to us from beyond the grave. As seen on Lucha Underground, weighing 215 pounds, Muertes. His opponent is our current reigning and defending Ultra Champion from Tacoma, Washington, weighing 203 pounds. He is the International King of Swerve, Shane Strickland. One fall for the Ultra Championship.
Stage is set for our main event, Ultra Championship on the line as Strickland, the champion, defends, taking on Muertes. Muertes, a man who has won championship gold all around the world. Puerto Rico, Mexico, looking to take home the Ultra Championship. Not going to be an easy task.
You can see almost a look of concern on the face of veteran official Rick Knox, who has seen it all. And I think it's the poise of Mil Muertes, who hasn't moved an inch since before introductions, as if his feet are in cement like a statue without being intimidated even in the slightest. Mil Muertes will challenge for the PCW Ultra title.
Muertes remains deathly still. Mil Muertes from beyond the grave, right here into the Ultratorium. Look at this, not even turning to face the champion, and again, mind games aplenty here by Muertes.
I'm a bit surprised to see that Shane Strickland has a bit of height on Muertes. Having watched his career in Lucha Underground, I mean, he still is a massive individual. You can see that on display in his traps and triceps muscles, and look at now, goozling the champion.
Yeah, you could show a movie on the back of Muertes, that's for sure. Shots now by the champion, and Muertes not moving, not budging an inch. Height advantage for the champion, maybe size and strength, I don't think so.
I'm flabbergasted at watching Mil Muertes, who still hasn't lifted a toe in this match, and yet is in control.
Yeah, yet he's dropped the champion twice in the opening seconds. Big haymaker there by Muertes. And the champion Strickland kisses the canvas yet again. Muertes now picking up the pace and just deposits the champion to the outside like yesterday's news, and that might be what Strickland becomes if this continues.
As Strickland gets dumped out of the ring, that right shoulder hitting the ring apron. Just a bunch of metal beams under there, and Strickland already taking damage in this match, looking to create separation by using that guardrail against Muertes.
Strickland looks frazzled here, Christian Cole, which is not something you often see. Reaches for a chair, I mean, desperate body language right now by the champion.
Yeah, and the challenger's body language displaying almost a nightmare-like scenario, reminding me somewhat of the body language of Michael Myers as he just stalks Shane Strickland around the ring, 5 months removed from Halloween.
And that shrouded figure remaining on the outside. We still don't know the identity of whoever that may be. And you're right, much like if you're in Haddonfield trying to run away from Michael Myers, he will find a way to get a hold of you, much like Muertes did to Strickland.
Mil Muertes making his debut and getting a PCW Ultra Championship shot tonight. Certainly to the credit of his resume at Lucha Underground. Dom Vitale and the committee here at PCW Ultra thought it was best to put Shane Strickland up against a true monster, a real heavyweight in this industry, Muertes.
Muertes may be a riddle that Strickland doesn't have an answer for. Muertes completely manhandling the champion thus far. Strickland now using his speed to try and create some distance, and he does. And if anybody can figure out Muertes, it will be the International King of Swerve.
Swerve just innovative coming into the ring. So quick, but a counter power bomb by Mil Muertes. And now digging in with some ground and pound from the top, those big rights and lefts, dropping bombs on the champion Strickland.
Strickland went for a Hurricane Rana or a head scissors and just got stuck by the power bomb, and now just getting tossed around and ragdolled some more by the challenger Muertes.
Some of the fans really appreciating the luchador Muertes as he comes in tonight. Now actually misses there, missing and hitting that ring post with his shoulder. You could see him wincing under that mask. His body language absolutely changed. As soon as he hit that corner post, everything changed for Muertes, and he might be injured, Todd. What a terrible time to get injured right in the middle of this championship match.
Single leg pick attempt here. Good luck with that, trying to get this monster off his vertical base. But Strickland did just that a minute ago by springing back in with a low drop kick. Strickland doing a good job of using the ring as an ally right now. The champion follows in and puts that knee on the dissection pan.
And this is what I love about Shane Strickland. So smart, so cool to the touch. This guy can do anything he wants, whenever he wants, including using the ropes and the environment around the ring to his advantage. Brilliant by Shane Strickland.
Challenger hobbling around a bit now, and now it's the champion that's stalking the challenger on the outside, at least for the moment. But Muertes is so powerful, Christian, that a single shot can turn the tide.
That's exactly right. But as I said earlier, ever since that pole, ever since slamming his shoulder right into the corner post, Muertes has not looked the same. And Shane Strickland now going to continue to use the environment around the ring to his advantage so that he could retain his Ultra Championship.
Muertes may have hit his shoulder, but it's his lower body that is the issue right now, as the champion sending that inside thigh and knee right into the unforgiving steel post. And the champion, Strickland, finds himself in a fight the likes of perhaps that we've never seen here in PCW Ultra.
Well, he's never faced anybody quite like Mil Muertes. And Muertes comes in really unscouted. I mean, we haven't seen Lucha Underground televised in over a year now. And frankly, it's not very easy to scout a Mexican star of the level of Mil Muertes. He's going to come out of nowhere. He's going to do whatever he wants to do to get a victory. But right now, it's Shane Strickland going back to some mat-based wrestling, a submission, as he's looking to get some maybe small joint manipulation on that right hand.
Well, and the biggest factor is getting the big guy off his feet. There's not going to be a flatliner from here, from this position by Mil Muertes. If you can get him horizontal, that's a big step in the right direction for the champ. Pinpoint strikes continue to absolutely eradicate that knee of Muertes.
And underneath the mask, you could see the pain in the eyes as he winces. Certainly the identity of Mil Muertes covered, but you could still see the emotion and pain in his body language. And speaking of masks covering up one's face, there's still a guy just standing on the outside of the ring, completely covered up, just spectating.
And you got to remember, as Strickland now going for the mask, remember how Strickland won the title from Pentel Cerro Miedo. That flash just pulled the mask off of Penta, caught him, got at the inside cradle. I mean, it wasn't without controversy, but certainly a genius move. And so Strickland perhaps going to employ a similar strategy as that hooded figure continues to loom on the outside.
Who is this man? I mean, maybe he just wanted a front row ticket for the best championship fight this weekend in pro wrestling. Maybe he just wanted to watch the match up close.
We don't know man or monster? Or what? We don't know what's
Those were
under
man
that.
hands, Todd. I know man hands. I have man hands. You don't. You have little dainty lady fingers.
Nice jawbreaker there. Beautiful counter by the champion. But again, it's desperation. It almost has that era of last-ditch efforts by the champion, which we're not used to seeing out of Strickland.
That's exactly right. But the confidence not wavering from Shane Strickland. Still confident as he looks to deliver these big right hands to the downed Mil Muertes. Champion has been controlling the challenger for a number of minutes now. Rick Knox pleading with Shane Strickland to let go of that mask, and he's just ignoring him.
Pulling the challenger around by the mask. Yeah, if Strickland has his way, Muertes will have one foot back in the grave and the other one on a banana peel. Counter, though, by the challenger. Yes, into the DDT.
Mil Muertes able to get that DDT right in the center, spiking the champion on his head, and Shane Strickland looks a bit dizzy as he's trying to shake off the cobwebs. Boy, oh boy.
Much needed breather here for the challenger, who was getting smothered by the champion for the last several minutes. Muertes back to his feet. That does not bode well for Swerve.
Mil Muertes, those deep clotheslines on our champion, who just gets back up immediately, trying to continue this fight. The movement of Mil Muertes just tells the story. He's so calculated, so precise.
Countered the clothesline that time, though, did the champion. Look out here, TKO, and it might be a total knockout of the title reign of Strickland. Here's the cover. History to be made, not yet. Back and forth action again. That's what Wrestle Summit has been. It has just been a contrast of styles, of promotions, of talent, and just worlds colliding, and that's what we're seeing with the richest prize in PCW Ultra on the line in our main event, partner.
And if I'm not mistaken, PCW Ultra, in its matches it's participated in tonight, we are undefeated. We are 3-0 on the evening.
Well, doing well. I mean, Douglas James did not win his matchup, but certainly looked good. I mean, we'd have to go back through the card, but right now we got to stay focused on this Ultra Championship matchup. What a German suplex by Strickland. Where did he find that? Digging down deep, popping the hips, taking the big man up and over.
Look at Strickland, unbelievable. Surpassing Muertes and coming back with a back kick to the back of the head.
Muertes reaches for the ropes. And we talked about desperation for the champion throughout. How many times do you see this monster have to get the safety of the ropes to break up a pinfall? That tells me that the challenger in trouble as well. Great matchup back and forth.
We've seen him slow down significantly since he missed that spear and went right into the corner post. And when you get hit on the neck like that, it can take it out of your legs, it can take it out of your breathing. And Mil Muertes has been just not the same man since that point in the match.
Yeah, but if you watch Lucha Underground, this guy rose from the grave several times. He's back beyond the grave to try and take home championship gold. Nice shot there in the corner by Strickland. Tries to take over the advantage in this championship matchup. Eats a big shot and crumbles to the canvas. The champion trouble again.
The sweat exploding off the head and face of Shane Strickland with that beautiful right hand from Mil Muertes. As Muertes now jumps in. Incredible by Mil Muertes.
That's got to be a case of deja vu for Strickland. That's one of the favorites of Petel Cerro Miedo. Something that Strickland would have had to encounter in the past.
Beautiful counter by the champion Strickland. It seemed as though Mil Muertes was going for some sort of a pop-up power bomb, and Strickland with that missile drop kick from midair.
Strickland using those long limbs to his advantage there. But Muertes starts to stir. He just doesn't stay down, the challenger.
We watched the body language before this match from Mil Muertes as he stood like Michael Myers, like a Frankenstein monster without any intimidation whatsoever, without being intimidated. And now in this match, he's able to come back and fight back, showing the perseverance of this great luchador.
Muertes maybe going to switch gears and go high risk here. You talked about the height advantage of the champion. He doesn't have it right now. Challenger has the upper ground, at least for the moment, and Strickland trying to chop the big tree down. Ultra title hanging in the balance.
Referee Rick Knox trying to talk some sense into these guys, keep them out of the corner. This is a dangerous area. You could be knocked out from a collision at this height.
We might see that happen. Big shot upstairs. Challenger was in danger of losing his balance and taking a good fall off the top. Does Strickland have the power here to take this big guy up and over? If he's thinking superplex, he's gonna have to dig way down deep. From the penthouse down to the basement, floats over. Into the front face lock, holding on. A champion looking for more here, Christian.
Shane Strickland displaying his strength. Muertes with the counter. Look at Mill, my God, what an Uranagi! Incredible!
Folding the champion up. Strickland is not moving. He is limp, he's dead to rights. History to be made, no! Digging down deep, talk about back from the grave. Same could be said for the champ.
I thought that was it, Todd. Shane was not moving. Apparently hearing the 2 count on instinct. That shoulder springing up at the last second. Shane Strickland saves his Ultra Championship, but he is in a horrible position right now. Si se puede chance from our Latin X contingency here at the Ultratorium.
Muertes not without his support in the house as well. Incredible electric main event, shot after shot now. As Muertes, for a big heavyweight, he just keeps moving forward. It's like fighting Bane when he's all jacked up on Venom.
Great point, he looks a lot like Bane actually. Super jacked, the mask is similar in a way. And just a total psychopath, really. I mean, I don't mean any disrespect, it's one of the best qualities you can have as a heavyweight contender. What's this?
Resourceful there was the champion. I think he caught him right in the eye.
But did he spit in his face? I didn't see what happened there. Rick Knox certainly didn't see it either.
Well, it took the challenger off the hunt. That's the most important thing. Counter elbow, though, now by Muertes. It's both champion and challenger.
Oh, no!
Spear by Knox!
Nasty spear on the wrong man, and the official's down.
Well, I'll tell you what, that certainly opens Pandora's box in this thing. Roll through into the cutter by the champion. Here's the cover. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and beyond, but it will not count. No official to make the call here.
Incredible development in this match.
It's an extremely tough break for the champion, who now could have had perhaps a 20 count.
Who would have thought that Swerve Shane Strickland would have had this match won, and Rick Knox would be unconscious on the side, certainly reeling from that spear, maybe the wind knocked out of him, not in a position to make the count.
And the man of 1,000 deaths is absolute dead weight right now as the champion struggles just to pull him around, get him in position to maybe go for the swerve stomp. But again, with no official to make the count, I guess this will just be an insurance policy to keep the challenger down.
Goes for the swerve stop. He misses though, Todd. May have twisted an ankle a bit there. And look at this. Just dumped unceremoniously to the outside and eats a huge right hand. Does Shane Strickland, and now,
oh, no way! Whoa!
My God.
What a plancha there by the big man.
But did Mill tweak that knee? He certainly favored it as soon as he hit that over-the-top dive.
Well, Christian, think back to the earlier portions of this matchup, all that residual damage. The champion went to work on that leg for quite some time, and now Muertes paying for it.
Wait a minute. What is this? What? You just referenced that man to the outside, and back to our championship action. I don't know what that was, but it felt strange.
certainly seemed that the challenger acknowledged that hooded figure.
Yes.
Some sort of gesture there. But this championship match continues as now Strickland depositing the challenger out to the outside. Gonna get a bit of a takeoff strip here. Big shot. Wow.
What a vertical leap from Shane Strickland, not only moving his momentum up over the guardrail, but forward 6 to 8 feet, drop kicking Muertes into the third row.
Getting that runway and hurdling the guardrail, as you mentioned, into that drop kick. And again, there's no danger of a double count out at this point because the official is still completely knocked out, courtesy of a Muertes spear.
It's a great point. Rick Knox may need some medical attention as he ate all of that spear from the 250-plus pound luchador, Mil Muertes.
And normally, as it stands, the officials allow quite a bit of leniency in these Ultra Championship matches, but now, times a million in this thing, there is no official.
And Swerve just took a chair from the crowd. And this is a championship match. Some technical difficulties there as the light went out.
Is it? I mean, downright things get spooky when you got
it is a little weird.
Muertes out there.
You could feel it in the building. Mil Muertes is a strange character, and this man on the outside just creating some sort of a weird ambiance in the building today.
Champion with that equalizer, trying to...
How is that an equalizer?
Dim the light. Well, it's about as close as you can get. Spear now.
God.
Well, he took out the official. Now he takes out the champion. And if Muertes covers and there's no official, I guess we got ourselves an unofficial 2 out of 3 falls match, and they'd be tied up 1 apiece.
Yeah. Fans are getting really antsy. They could feel no end in sight here with the referee down, and multiple times this match was in jeopardy of ending without any official to officiate.
This is the last thing the International King of Swerve needs is Mil Muertes with a chair. And I don't think Strickland's going to be able to swerve out of the way of this.
What is Mil Muertes going to do with that chair? And how is that fair? Is he talking to this man on the outside?
Almost seems to be offering the champion up to this hooded figure. Getting more questions than answers. I mean, fans, we're doing our best. But the champ, you gotta respect the heart, the fight, the willingness to survive and fight on here by Strickland. He didn't hit it the first time, Christian. Here we go.
Oh my God! What the hell was that?
That Swerve stop, it took him right into a fireball.
Much to the chagrin of these PCW Ultra faithful, a fireball to the face of our champion.
Oh, the flatliner by Muertes. Knox starts to stir. Not this way, son of a bitch!
What just happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new Ultra Champion, Mil Muertes.
No! What? This has been the biggest night in PCW history, but where do we go from here?
I am in utter shock and disbelief